Okay, so now we've hopefully got a pretty good handle on where, when, what time, why, and how questions. You notice that we have yet to ask who or what. So today we're going to get who, or right now we're going to get who in this video. And look at page 122 of your textbook, if you haven't figured that out already. And you see kind of a blown up version of the page right here. This is page 122. We're going to look at the green box at the top in particular, and then have you try a workbook page. So I'm going to get rid of this, and sorry this is so hard to see, but it's what happens when I try to blow it up here. This is all the different versions of saying who, but really it's much simpler than they make it look here, because key, Q-U-I, this word right here, key is who, and it works just like all the other questions that we've learned. Notice there's eska, and then the rest of your sentence. And in this case, they've gone again with to. So, key is who is it that you invite to the concert? Who are you inviting to the concert, as we say. Okay? So, key is basically who. Once you learn key, you can say about who, or with who, or for who. And in English, we tend to put that with or for or whatever at the end of the sentence. We say who you're working with. Who are you going to the concert with? Who do you work for? What are you talking about? Okay, that about, the for, the with, all that stuff is at the end of the sentence in Minnesota English. But in French and in Ben Franklin's time, actually, they would have had that right at the beginning because you don't want to end a sentence with a preposition, they used to say, or a preposition is something you don't end a sentence with. You English majors in college will get that joke. But anyways, key is who. Kieska, 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 that's what you're going to use. This other stuff here is just using the old correct Ben Franklin English and the current way of doing French of sticking the preposition at the beginning. Okay? So, a qui is to who, or to whom is actually correct English. So, to who is it that you call, or you're telephoning, or we say who you talking to, or who you calling. Okay? De qui is of whom. We would say more like about whom. Okay, so of whom is it that you're talking, as you can see here. In other words, who you're talking about. Avec qui, these are a little easier to understand because they're closer to English. Avec is with, we already know that word is with, so this is with who, or in correct English, with whom. But avec qui, with who is it that Pierre is studying, or who's Pierre studying with? Okay, in Minnesota English, the with would be at the end. But in correct French and in older English, correct English, avec goes at the beginning. So avec qui est-ce que Pierre étudie, with who is it that Pierre is studying. Pour qui, and a little easier one to understand, is for who is it that are we organizing the party? Who are you organizing the party for? Whose birthday is it? That kind of an idea. Okay, so pour, for, qui goes in front. For who are you organizing the party? That's all there is to it. Just use qui est-ce que, just like you might use où est-ce que tu, or où est-ce que vous, or comment est-ce que tu, or comment est-ce que vous, or pourquoi est-ce que tu, or pourquoi est-ce que vous. You know, here we're just doing qui, and sometimes we're putting an a de, a avec, or a pour in front of it. Okay? Now be aware, since qui is who, qui can be a person who lives here. Okay, I don't need to do the who is it that lives here in that case, because the answer he does is a who, right? So I can use the he, she form of any verb and stick qui right in front of it to say who lives here, who plays hockey, who wants to go to the movies, who watches TV, who watches Modern Family on Wednesdays. Okay, all those in that case doesn't need an eska, because you can see who lives here makes a lot more sense than who is it that lives here. You know, it's a little hard to understand, right? Who organizes the party? Who's organizing the party? It makes a little more sense than who is it that organizes the party? You know, it's like, huh? So the who in this case can be like a he or she in a sentence. We kind of know who it is that we're talking about. And I know that's a little tricky to understand, but what I want you to practice, and it'll be easy, you know, because once you stop thinking about it, it just comes to you. We're going to practice that part of it a little bit later on, but right now I want you to practice this avec qui, de qui, and so on, and see how easy it really is by doing workbook page 113 And I think that's this picture here. Nope. We have the wrong one. There it is. Workbook page 113 again. We did the top a while ago. Now I want you to do the bottom part down here. And it says, I call souvent, or I call often to Oliver. Well, they stuck the on there, so to who is it that you call is all you got to come up with. So you'll notice that all of these going down this way will start with Kieska, 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 Kieska. Actually, it'll be Kieska 2 because they all are je here. They're all je, so that means all these are going to be 2. So Kieska 2, Kieska 2, Kieska 2, Kieska 2, all the way down those lines. Because it's with who are you doing that, to who are you doing that, for who are you doing that. And they stuck the 2 and the with and the for on there for you, making it super, super, super simple. Okay, so do that, and then come back and we'll do a little oral practice and teach you what. So after you get done with workbook page 113, then let's go to textbook page 123. I think we'll do the 123 next. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and good luck.